They got the cane Corso because their neighbourhood had changed. That was the honest answer, if anyone asked. The neighbourhood had changed, and they wanted a dog that communicated safety without requiring any further communication. A cane Corso communicated this effectively. Thor was 2 years old, 130 pounds, dark brindle, with the heavy-browed expression of an animal that has decided everything warrants careful evaluation before proceeding. He was also, as it turned out, completely gentle with their infant son, whom they had not had when they adopted Thor, but who arrived 8 months later with the specific timing that made Laura wonder if the universe had an editorial perspective on their life choices. Daniel was 3 weeks old when they realized Thor's nighttime behavior had changed. He had been a sound sleeper. Not anymore. He was waking not from dreams, not randomly, at intervals that had a specific quality to it. He would stand, walk to the nursery, stand at the door for approximately 10 minutes, and return to the bedroom. He did this 2 or 3 times a night, on a pattern that settled into regularity. Laura tracked it for a week. She compared his wake times to Daniel's breathing patterns on the nursery camera. Thor was waking when Daniel was in certain sleep stages, the ones where infant breathing is naturally more irregular, where the rhythm becomes slightly variable, where new parents' anxiety about sudden infant death syndrome reaches its highest point in the dark. Thor was monitoring these stages. He was walking to the door and listening. His hearing, at a frequency range far above human capability, was reading Daniel's breathing through a closed door and determining at each check that the pattern was within acceptable parameters, and returning to sleep. On the night when the pattern was not within acceptable parameters, Thor did not return to sleep. He stood at the bedroom door and pressed against it once, hard. Laura woke. She went to Daniel. He was lying face down. He had learned to roll and had rolled during the night, and his face was pressed into the mattress. She repositioned him. He cried once, resettled, went back to sleep. Thor was in the hallway behind her, visible through the door she had left open. He was sitting, waiting to see what she found, waiting to see if it was handled. She turned back to him. She said, "Good boy." He looked at her. His expression did not change. Cane Corsos are not expressively mobile, in the golden retriever sense, but his tail moved once, a single arc. He went back to bed. In the morning, she moved Daniel's sleep surface and bought a new sleep positioner and adjusted the camera angle and did all of the practical things that follow a practical problem, being identified and solved. She also bought Thor a new bed, the thick orthopedic kind. He had been sleeping on the old one for 2 years and had never complained about it. He deserved better. He accepted the new bed with the same careful evaluation he applied to everything. Then he lay down and slept.